So this is going to be another movie review. This is going to be another Werner Herzog flick. I'm giving it 1 out of 5 stars. It was about what I expected, and in all fairness to him, I must say that he's a hit or miss art house director. Um, However, this is going to be one of many 1-star ratings that I've given to his films. What Dreams May Come, 1 star. Burden of Dreams, 1 star. Cave of Forgotten Dreams, 1 star. Grizzly Man, 1 star. Encounters at the End of the World, 1 star. He was in a movie called The Unbelievers, an atheist movie. We give atheist movies 1 star, right, Aaron? Meet Gorbachev, I've not seen, but I'll probably get around to seeing it. I think I mentioned it in my last video. Not looking forward to seeing it. Then we've got oh, here's more. Fata Morgana, 1 star. The Grand, 1 star. What else? So many movies that I haven't seen. A Wheel of Time, 1 star. Giovanni d'Arco. Teatro Comunale di Bologna. Some kind of opera. 1 star.
Why is everything 1 star?
The Wild Blue Yonder, 1 star. Oh man. Even Dwarfs Started Small, 1 star. A lot of 1-star films for Werner Herzog. Anyways, this film is a financial flop. It was Werner Herzog's first full feature film since 2009, and it ended up grossing $2 million against a $36 million production budget. It was riddled with delays and casting problems. The production took place in Morocco, Jordan, and England, and it was released by IFC Films. That's why I'm giving it 2017 date, because that was when IFC got the distribution rights to this film. Nicole Kidman. I know she's an Australian-American actress. She does a horrible British accent in this one. And she actually gets naked for about 2 seconds. I didn't like what I saw. And I'm not too... even though I like Stanley Kubrick, A Clockwork Orange, and Full Metal Jacket, I don't think I want to see... her I just went blank. Eyes Wide Shut. That was the name of the movie that I was trying to think of. Eyes Wide Shut. I know she one time she was married to Tom Cruise. totally weird Scientology dude. But it's like some kind of fake religion that tells you don't do drugs and believe in yourself, that kind of stuff. I don't know exactly everything about Scientology. I just know that it's supposed to be a substitute for Christianity. And yeah, it's based on this guy who used to write books. His name was L. Ron Hubbard. They built a whole church about it based on his writings. That's about all I know. Don't know much about Scientology, but getting back to the film, so it's about Nicole Kidman, who plays Gertrude Bell, some historical figure who was responsible for how the Ottoman Empire was carved up after the fall, during World War I, when the Ottoman Empire fell, kind of like the Roman Empire. That was the only interesting thing I found, because I didn't know much about the Ottoman Empire, honestly, before I saw this movie. It was boring as heck. It's a little more than 2 hours, but it felt like I was watching it for 4 hours. I don't know why it took me so long. Probably had to rewind it a bunch of times because the dialogue was really boring. And I do not like Werner Herzog's choice of music. It's just some guys singing in Arabic going la 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 la. That's what it sounds like to me. I don't mean to disparage other people's culture, but it's annoying listening to that for like 2 hours. And yeah, so she kind of switches roles. She starts out as an archaeologist. She's kind of a feminist woman. Doesn't want to get married in jolly old England. She'd rather prance around the desert. So she hooks up with this embassy dude, the guy who played Harry Osborn in the Spider-Man series. I think he's about 10 years younger. She does not look good at age 50. I do not want to see her in Eyes Wide Shut, honestly. I'm not a fan of Nicole Kidman. I just want to put it out there. And then you've got that Robert Pattinson guy from the Twilight. I remember when Twilight came out. Whenever it was, like around the turn of the century, something like that. It was very popular at my financial district kind of sweetheart deal job there as a medical malpractice underwriter. My coworkers really liked him. They thought he was very handsome. The female coworkers, I should say. And so there was Twilight. He's in it. He plays an archaeologist and sort of the male version of Gertrude Bell, I guess. So she starts out as an archaeologist. She's traversing the desert to collect artifacts. And we're supposed to be in awe of the desert scenery, just like that other film that I mentioned where Herzog just goes around the Sahara and films the Sahara Desert. he already did that in another film, I thought. Wasn't it another film he did that was kind of similar in terms of imagery? Yeah, the rest of the film is just her. Well, after her father doesn't consent to the marriage to Harry Osborn, he commits suicide, and then she goes out on an archaeological mission in the Sahara Desert. Which was the subject of another Werner Herzog film, which I absolutely hated. I'll pull it up. It might take me a minute. But yeah, it was called Fata Morgana. I'm looking at the DVD case now, and it's just a picture of a desert. The Sahara Desert. It's a mostly silent film, and it's music from Leonard Cohen, capturing mirages on the desert landscape, which is polluted with the machinery modern nations have left behind. Oh, great. Terrible. Terrible!
Terrible.
F minus. I give it an F minus. Anyways, so she becomes an archaeologist, and she wants to be like a ambassador of goodwill. Then she becomes a politician, but it doesn't matter because the British Empire doesn't have too much influence over the Arab nations other than creating boundaries and stuff, carving up the Ottoman Empire into dividing lines. And we're supposed to be sympathetic to her because she's a feminist. She has an affair with a married man. And yeah, that doesn't work out too well, of course. I couldn't get into the Brian Bosworth? Well, he had these weird squiggly lines in his hair, and I remember my high school football team, they would imitate his squiggly lines in his hair, and he was a great college football player, but he was kind of obnoxious person. Brian Bosworth. I'm trying to remember what he did that really ticked off his coach, got him suspended. He was a terrible professional football player with when he got out of college, Oklahoma City, University of Oklahoma. Radical hairstyles, and he was critical of the NCAA. He embraced controversy. He called them the national communists against athletes. Cool guy. Oh, yeah. During the last recession, what was it? Right after he was born, like 2010, I think. I was selling Sony televisions, believe it or not, the 3D ones. Remember when 3D televisions came out? That was going to be the next big fad, but of course it kind of faded out. Now it's 4D, I guess, or 4K. Why did I say 4D? 4K is the big rich man's toy these days. Not
I've
the
seen the 7DQ. It will literally give you a headache.
7DQ.
Yeah,
Never heard of that one.
7 dimensions. It will literally give you a headache.
What is 7 dimensions?
Now there's 3 dimensions, and then 4 dimensions, and then there's also 5 dimensions, 6 dimensions. There can be as many dimensions as you want. Just don't
Oh,
get a
right.
headache.
Yeah, I think 7 would give me a headache. I saw a creature from the Black Lagoon, and it came from outer space in 3D with those 3D glasses when I was a kid. Pretty cool stuff. I like 3D. When I got the Robot Monster VHS tape, it came with 3D glasses. The one with the red and the blue. You got red on one side and blue on the other side. So getting back to this movie, Jaws 3D. I'm gonna look that one up on Netflix. Cool. Friday the 13th 3. Yeah, I've got to look those up. Cool. Thanks for the tips. So getting back to this movie, I think I've said all I should say. It's just Nicole Kidman riding around her camel in a desert. Very boring. Very lame. So skip this one. And I'm gonna see if I can add Jaws 3D and Friday the 13th 3D on my Netflix queue. I bet you the disc won't come with 3D glasses though. I bet you it'll be in 2D. But I'll definitely remove some of the Jaws the Revenge. I'll have to check that one out. Now you got me interested in 3 movies. So we got Jaws 3D, Friday the 13th, Part 3 3D, and then Jaws the Revenge. So I'm gonna start removing some Hitchcock movies again. I keep doing this every time you mention movies. Well, the first one is great. I like the first Jaws. I used to have it on VHS, actually. Oh, I haven't seen the second one. I'll have to check that one out, too. But anyway, that's the end of my review. I don't think I can squeeze in the Secret of Nim, but I'll try to finish it on my lunch break tomorrow. Cool. So that's the end of my review. Laters.